What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, just got off a long stream here, and today we worked on a bingo card for the dev stream on Friday, April 8th. So, what we usually do with these bingo cards, we just basically have some fun, some cynical fun at that, about the new dev stream coming out. This one coming out is going to be about the new Warframe Gyre. I think that's how you pronounce it. We'll have actually a bingo slot about that name. And they're also going to be talking about the Angels of Xeron new game modes. There's 3 new game modes and some other stuff coming out, and we'll predict what we think's going to happen. Because remember, there's a lot of other things rotating around the idea of this new game mode and these new updates, like cross-play, cross-save, the new Deviri potential update potentially. Who knows when that comes out? We got all these deluxe skins and all that, so you might not be entirely aware of what we're talking about in some of this stuff, but hopefully you still have some fun. Make sure you're subbing and all that stuff that we get before we get into it, guys. All right, get some gameplay up on here, and we're going to do the bingo. So, of course, you can make your own bingo card, and I have committed, if we do achieve bingo on this April dev stream bingo, I will be doing the Yareli Wave Rider quest thing on stream, and I also be gifting some subs to the channel as well. So, I guess it's good if you want to watch me suffer and play Yareli missions. So, let's get into it. So, of course, bingo. I think you could do crossways bingo, but maybe not. All right, let's go over what we have predicted. Of course, you can make your own, like I said. Let's start off with the first one. Remember, we're very cynical on this channel sometimes. The first one, no mention of the Narmer faction. Remember the Narmer faction, the Narmer bounties after after the new war quest was over? Basically, just reskinned enemies with no new mechanics, no new drops, just sentient hats. They should probably do something with that faction, huh? So if there is no mention of the Narmer faction, feel free to fill in that square, as that would be pretty bad because, I mean, they literally made a new faction, technically, with hats on them and all that. They need, like, unique troops, unique tile sets, their own missions and all that, but they don't, so, yeah. Next one, Valkyr Deluxe skin with the Xeron update. I don't remember if this is supposed to be a thing or if it's the Protea skin with the Toncore that's supposed to be coming out, but there will most likely be a Deluxe skin with the Angels of Xeron update. Who knows, probably like late April. So if they say that's coming out, sure. I mean, it's like a big poofy jacket Valkyr. Hopefully you'd announce some Valkyr buffs and reworks along with this skin, but not really holding my breath on it. That would be nice, though. Moving on to the third one, Tennocon Date. No, this one's one I might just be ignorant on. I don't think they've announced a date for Tennocon this year yet. Usually around like July or August. But they might announce it here. I don't think it will not be a physical event this year for sure. I think they've already said it will not be physical. It will be online like the last year or two. So, yeah. And this is one I actually didn't think of. This is one that chat thought of. Steve touches his face 10x times. I have never really been overanalyzing Steve's mannerisms during the dev stream, but some people were saying that Steve touches his face a lot during these streams. So, I might actually be looking to see if there's nothing important on the screen, just checking if Steve is regularly touching his face. That might be a weird one, but that's what chat wanted me to put on there, so I'm going to try it out. The next one, Caliban Buff. Remember the frame Caliban? This was actually on the previous dev stream bingo as well. Remember Caliban that came out with a new war? He was supposed to get buffed more. He only got buffed once. So, I'm wondering if DE forgot about him, because I actually kind of forgot about him too. He's like a very forgettable frame. He's also the most recent frame, so, you know, some of those abilities probably could use a little bit of work, like his first ability, the spinning, like, top or whatever, is Bakugan, my head is saying Bakugan or something, maybe not, but, the spinning around and killing stuff, or trying to kill stuff and not actually succeeding on it ability, could definitely use some changes. So, Caliban Buff, any mention of Caliban, honestly, maybe the mention of we are not buffing him anymore could be enough for this square to be filled in, so we're going to move on. Next one, Rebecca can't pronounce Gyre. Now, if this one is very cynical. If you know the frame Gauss, the speedy frame, Pepsi Man, whatever you want to call him, he is spelled G-A-U-S-S, and there is there is a historic scientist or something like that whose name was Gauss. That was his last name. But in the Warframe official profile video, they call him Goss. So that just seems wrong, but hey, who am I to say it's the wrong pronunciation? So Gyre, who knows what we're going to actually say. This one might be flexible as well to fill in this square of not being pronounced Gyre properly. Next one is the release window of the Angels of Zeraman update. They did say they will be giving us the release window, but knowing exactly when that will be is up in the air. My prediction is the 3rd week of April, which will be, like 10 or 15 to 20 days from right now. So we'll see. That would be nice. I hope it doesn't get pushed to May, because they did say it would be coming on April, and that already felt very far away, to be honest. More focus, rework stuff. They are definitely, they've been playing a gigantic focus, overhaul, rework, whatever you want to call it, with Angels of Zeraman, so you would hope that we learn more about that. Hopefully we get like a dev post on it too, so we can analyze every little detail of it. See how bad Zenerek got nerfed, see how much better Unairu is, because I already know Unairu will be much better, so that's nice. Next one is tech issues. I didn't want to put this on here, but chat wanted to put it on here. Basically, they usually have some problem with someone's webcam, someone's microphone, whatever it ends up being. The high Tenno meme thing that was spawned years ago, that kind of stuff. So that's probably a pretty likely thing to happen on that tile right there. Someone is missing. The previous dev stream had Sheldon and Scott missing. They were replaced by Megan and Pablo, which were nice additions, if you ask me. So who knows? Maybe they'll be missing again. You can fill in that square. Dev workshop after the stream. I'm expecting some big information to be dropped on this stream, guys. So I'd expect a dev workshop on something afterwards. If not the focus rework, maybe on the new game mode, maybe on the Tenno apartment or something like that, or the new evolving weapons, whatever it may be. I think there will be a dev workshop after the stream. Additionally, maybe a public test cluster to test out some of this stuff. Now, I don't know if I would really... Here's my opinion on public test cluster stuff in this game. I don't like when story spoilers are in the public test cluster, and actually mechanic spoilers either, to be honest. I like to just theorize before it comes out and all that, but the game can be very buggy. We need to make sure it's tested properly, and DE is a relatively small company as far as I'm concerned, so having access to hundreds of players to test it out for them could potentially be helpful. The middle one is free because there's no way it will never happen again. The next one, new Tenant/Kuva weapons. There was a small leak, I guess I'd call it, where on the previous, I think it was the Echoes of War public test cluster official forums thing, apparently DE thought there would be new Kuva Lich weapons and Tenant Lich weapons in the Echoes of War update, but they weren't actually in there. So maybe that was them being mistaken that for the Angels of Zeraman. So I said there's a high likelihood we're getting new Tenant weapons. Please make it the lens, please. Please make the lens fans happy again. But we'll see. The next one, difficulty tuning. There is going to be a Xmas massive rework with this update. So, that would potentially mean that the game is more difficult, I guess. But if you watch the video from the other day, there's definitely bigger issues than just Xmas and how strong Xmas units are. So, I think they are going to be looking into that to some extent. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Next one is a guest from me, Prime Resurgence Return. It was a very successful event that made them a bunch of money. Why wouldn't they want to bring it back? So, potentially talking about bringing the Prime Resurgence event back, the Aya, the Regal Aya, all that stuff. Now they've ironed out the details of it and found out that it's actually not impossible to add Platinum overnight to these bundles. Maybe they'll bring it back. Next one, this is very hard to read, obviously, because it's small text, but cross-play / cross-save mentioned at all. Remember when they said they're going to be making cross-play and cross-save for this game last year? Yeah, we definitely remembered, and I have shaky feelings about how DE's responses to this have been. It's usually, we'll let you know when we have info. We're still figuring it out. Our best coders are on the job. That's why content's slower. Those types of responses, not making me super certain that it will actually be happening anytime soon, but you would hope it still happens around Tennocon or hopefully this year, because they said it'll be happening this year. Another one, this could honestly be in the free slot, another Wisp skin. We get so many Wisp skins that why not throw another one in the pile? So, yeah, maybe Wisp Deluxe or something. Modular Arc Wings, this is just a copium answer. This is not going to happen. They said Modular Arc Wings were going to happen a while ago, and there's been no mention of them, ever. Besides, oh yeah, I remember we talked about that. AoE meta mention, another one that I didn't really want to put on here, but, after some convincing, I put it on here. AoE meta is definitely a thing. Does DE care? DE is definitely aware of it, but do they care is another question as well. So we'll see if they even mention it in the slightest. Not nerfing, not buffing, anything like that, just mentioning it. More graphics changes, another one that could have been in free easily. They talk about graphics every dev stream. You got the Kubrau fur update, all that kind of stuff. They'll talk about it. It's pretty much free at this point. Gyre abilities looking meh. They said they will be showing Gyre the new frame in-game, so that means we'll probably see her abilities in action. And, maybe they'll be meh. Who knows? Apparently it's Pablo designing her, so hopefully it's not meh. But who knows? And speaking of Pablo, a Pablo appearance. This one goes hand in hand with someone missing, because usually it's Scott from the balance department on the couch. But Pablo was nice last time. I'll take Pablo again. Let's go for it. Last two here. Explanation between Garuda and Korra Prime being swapped. As you potentially could know from my video like months ago, chronologically, it probably should have been Korra Prime that came out recently. But it was actually Garuda Prime. And my theory for that is they wanted to build the hype up at Tennocon because Korra is more popular than Garuda. I think that's the case. But people have been really excited for Korra Prime for a while, especially because she's really annoying to farm for. So I could see them saying like, oh yeah, we had to work on some things with Korra and she'll be coming out next or something like that. Maybe they won't even say that, but who knows. And then the final one is Eldon Ring. Maybe they'll say something about Eldon Ring. They said stuff about Eldon Ring on the previous stream. And Eldon Ring is a fun game, by the way. Definitely worth the $60 if you ask me. Maybe they'll talk about it. Maybe they'll talk about how they lost to Radon a bunch of times, and they nerfed the fight, and it feels super easy now. Or maybe they're going to talk about how Rebecca invaded and did a triple kill on some noobs. I don't freaking know, but we'll see. Hopefully you guys found this video fun and helpful. There will be videos coming out every day this week, like I said. We're going to have a new Necromech slaying strategy. We're going to have Ash Prime build, and things like that. So there'll also be a dev stream overview and all that on Friday. I'm not sure if I'll be live streaming it because I have some other things to do IRL, but if I can make it, I will be live streaming it, live reaction on the live stream channel, guys. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already, because we were live earlier today and it was super fun. All right, guys, take it easy. See you next time. Peace.